Hello everyone, my name is Eric, or my Mandarin name is Xu Jiahao. My student ID is 1133010115. I'm majoring in international business or Commerce. Today I will make a final presentation of calculus created by Professor Jeku, and I will be responsible to explain the question number 1. Today I am going to explain a topic from the calculus about the Lorentz curve and the Gini coefficient. I'll go step by step reading the question and also explain the answer. So the Lorentz curve and the Gini curve coefficient are used to understand the income inequality in a population. So before we go further to the question, let us read the cases. First, the Lorentz curve is a function that represents the cumulative distribution of the income or the wealth within a population. It maps the cumulative share of the population on the horizontal axis X with the cumulative share of income and on the vertical axis Y. So let the population share be denoted by x 0.1 and y to be a Lorentz curve function. And the Lorentz curve function is given by ys equal x squared. So the first question is, draw the Lorentz curve on the diagram with the cumulative share of income on the vertical axis and the population on the horizontal axis. So I have provided the graph, and you can see that the Lorentz curve function is y equal the x squared, which is the same as a parabola. And on the x-axis, there is a cumulative share of population, and on the y-axis is a cumulative share of the income. We also draw the green line, if you can see it, which is a line of the perfect equality. This line means everyone gets the same income. Because the y equal x squared is below the green line, it can show that this is the inequality. So the second question is, what is the Gini coefficient and what is it used for? So the Gini coefficient is the numerical measure of income inequality within the population. The range is from 0 or perfect equality. It means that everyone earns the same income to 1 or the perfect inequality, or one person earns everything and the other don't earn anything. This is the meaning of the inequality. So a larger Gini coefficient indicates a higher level of inequality. So number 3, illustrate how the Gini coefficient is measured using a graph. The Gini coefficient can be measured by determining the area between the Lorentz curve, which is the same like the parabola, and then the line of the perfect equality, which is the green line, divided by the total area under the line of the perfect equality, which is this. So the next question is, write the formula for calculating the Gini coefficient. The Gini coefficient is the A divided by the A plus B, where the A is the area between the line y-x and the Lorentz curve of x squared, and B is the area under the Lorentz curve. So based on the given Lorentz curve function, what is the value of the Gini coefficient? As we have the pattern here, so we can directly calculate it. The area is equal the integral from 0 until 1. Why 0 until 1? Because in the previous we have said the range between the vertical axis is 0 until 1 and the horizontal axis also 0 until 1, so the range is 0 until 1. And at subtract the x squared dx. Why is this? Because it's the x square is below the y equal x, so the above or the top subtract the below, so x subtract x squared dx. Next, we'll calculate it using the integral function. So it becomes a half x squared. Why is it? Because this is x the power of 1. So the integral function is 1 over 1 plus the power of just now is 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to. And then the power also added 1. So it's become 2. Subtract the integral of the x squared is 1 over 3 x the power of 3. Why is it? Because 1 over 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2 plus 1 is 3. And then we calculate it 0 until 1. And we move 1 into the x, so it becomes a half subtract 1 over 3, and then the result is 1 over 6. And for the b part, it's just the same. The range is between 0 until 1, and then x squared subtract 0 dx. Why is it? Because the Lorentz curve is x squared, and which is the b area is under the Lorentz curve, so it's 0. So we subtract x squared subtract 0 because x squared is in the top, so top subtract the below. So just the same, we calculate it 1 over 3x to the power of 3, and then we calculate it, the x we change into 1, so it's become 1 over 3, and 0 if we put it inside is 0, so we no need to calculate it. And for the Gini coefficient, we can move it into the function is 1 over 6 over the 1 over 6 plus the 1 over 3, and we can calculate it. The result is 1 over 3. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Hello, Professor. My name is Kaifer. Today I will present you about the video presentation number 2. The first question, draw the demand supply curve in the diagram based on the given equation. Okay. Now, first we have to draw the graph. This is the demand supply, demand curve, and this is supply curve. And this is the equilibrium. Demand is this is supply. And this is output. Okay, this is the diagram for consumer surplus and demand and supply curve. This is for number 2, find the equilibrium price and quantity. Okay, that's the formula to find the price equilibrium and quantity. QD equal to QS. 100 minus P square equals to P square. We can know that 2P square minus 100 equals 0. Now we know that we can take out the 2, so the inside only P square minus 50. From this, we know there is a functions that A square minus B square equals to A plus B, A min B. So for this one, it's gonna be 2, this is P minus root of 50, and this is P minus root of 50. So this one, P equals minus root 50, and this is P equals root 50. This is rejected because a price and output cannot be minus. So we choose this. If we simplify this 5 square root of 2, it equals to 7.07. So we already know this is the price. Now we substitute the price into the QS. So it will be 50 square, and it will be 50. So the price equilibrium is 7.07, and the quantity equilibrium will be 50. Okay, now move on to number 3. Define consumer surplus and producer surplus. Okay, refer to diagram in number 1. The consumer surplus is the difference between what consumers are willing to pay and what they actually pay. And the producer surplus is the difference between the price producer receive and the minimum amount they are willing to accept. In this graph, we can know the area above equilibrium, where I shade in yellow. This is the consumer surplus. And I shade in blue is the producer surplus. Let me write it. Consumer surplus is the producer surplus. The consumer surplus is the area above the equilibrium price and under demand curve is the consumer surplus, and the area below equilibrium price and the above supply curve is the producer surplus. Okay, now we move on to number 4. Write the formula for calculating the consumer surplus and producer surplus. Okay, for consumer surplus, we do the integral. This is the price equilibrium, and this is 0. This is QD minus quantity equilibrium. The P star is the price equilibrium. Q star is the quantity equilibrium. QD is the demand function. Now for the producer surplus, same integral, and this is the P star, and this is 0. And for the producer surplus, we write it in the Q stars is quantity equilibrium minus QS. QS is the supply function. Okay, now for the last questions. Number 5, calculate the exact value to consumer surplus and producer surplus. Okay, now we use the consumer surplus. We know that the price equilibrium is 5 square root of 2, this is 0. 100 minus P squared minus 50. So we do an integral like 50p minus 1/3 p of 3, and this is 5, square root of 2, and this is 0. And now we substitute inside. So this is gonna be 250 square root of 2 minus 1/3 times 250 times 2. Now we just calculate the equation. So the answer is this. Okay, now we move on to the producer surplus. Same, we use the equation at the number 4, the formula of number 4. This is the price equilibrium, so it's gonna be 5 square root of 2 is 0, and it's gonna be 50 minus p squared. So when we integral 50p minus 1/3 p 3, and here's 5 square root of 2, and this is 0. Okay, now we just have to substitute inside. Okay, so this is the answer for number two for the producer surplus. Thank you.
Okay, hello. My name is Chang Sawan or Benedict Zifari, and now I'm going to answer and explain number 3. So I will read the question. A company issues a perpetual bond, and also known as a console bond, that pays a fixed annual coupon of $50 and has no maturity date. The market annual interest rate is the discount rate. It's 5%. So I'm just going to straight to the answer. So the first one is a perpetual bond or console bond is a bond with a no maturity date, meaning it pays a fixed coupon payment forever. The issuer never repays the principal, and the bondholder receives the regular interest payment indefinitely. And we're going to the question number 2. Write the formula for calculating the present value of $50 paid T years from now. Okay, so I'm going to explain the answer that I'm already uh did before. Okay, so a single $50 payment received T years from now, and we discount it back to today's dollars using the market interest rate of 5%. The formula is PV equal to 50 per 1.05 and power of T. So you can see right here. For example, a $50 payment in 5 years is worth about $39.15 today. But since this bond pays forever, we need to sum the value of all future payments. Then I'm going to answer the next one. Write the integral formula for calculating the bond price, which equals the present value of all future payments from the bond. Okay, so you can see right here. Question number 3. The integral formula for bond price. So to find the total bond price, we calculate the present value of every future coupon. Mathematically, this is an infinite series, but we can simplify it using calculus. The integral formula under continuous compounding is P, and here the integral of infinite and 0. And here is a 50 in the annual coupon, and 5% is the discount rate. The integral sums the value of all payments from today, t equal to 0 to infinity. So the next one is based on the given payment and interest rate, what is the bond price? Okay, so right here I've already done it too. And so for solving for the bond price, let's solve the integral step by step. So factor out the $50 first with this calculation, and then at infinity, e the power of minus 0.05t becomes 0. And at t 0 at t is 0, the e will be the e power of minus 0.05 is equals to 1. So the solution to reduce to, you can calculate right here. So it will be equal to 1,000. So the bond price is $1,000. This makes sense. If you want to a 5% return of $1,000, you will earn exactly $50 per year forever. So to summarize, the perpetual bonds are priced by discounting their infinite stream of coupons. Here are $50 annual payments at a 5% discount rate is worth $1,000 today. So, okay, thanks for watching and thank you.